Hey guys, Sean again, Custom Offsets TV on the YouTube. Got another episode of Shit I Never Knew. Today we are gonna rock episode 11. And episode 11 is coming to you from one of our viewers. And Junior, make sure you put the viewer name on the screen right now because I forgot to look, but we will definitely give him props. And it's gonna be Lift Kits 401. The more you know, the more you know. We are getting a lot of requests, and I've run into this myself. I go to the Walmart meet with my brand new lifted Chevy Silverado pickup truck, and they're like, hey man, what'd y'all do, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you know, the rotary girder and the flux capacitor. I basically just start making up terms, hoping nobody there knows what I'm talking about, because I have no clue how my truck got lifted 6 inches into the air. So we had people commenting and saying, can you just tell us more in detail? So Junior, if you kind of show them this front bench here, we pulled an entire 6-inch lift kit. Now this is for like an 88 to 98, I think. 88 to 98 GM 1500. I think this is a heavy half ton. So this is just one example. We're gonna bring back a newer body style vehicle also and pull that lift kit apart and show you that one, because they are significantly different. There are a lot of components with this lift kit for this older style torsion 4 to 6 inch lift, and this would be the 6 inch. So this one's pretty intense. This one applies to this vehicle, but in general, it should still apply to all makes and models for a torsion setup. And I'll tell you lots more about that. But what we're gonna do is we'll break this thing into like 3 parts. So part 1, we're gonna go through what are the parts by name and where about for location. And we'll do the squiggly lines, meaning about. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna come back and we're gonna show you installed on truck. So we've got this truck all tore apart. We've got the parts laying here that are ready to go in. We're gonna show you roughly where they're gonna go. Then we're gonna come back when the truck's all done, but the wheels are still off of it, and we're gonna actually show you the parts again by name, where they are on the truck. To me, that has been the best way for me to learn this stuff, so I'm hoping that that works out for you guys also. So Junior, I'll hold up the part. This is gonna be your front skid plate. Then I'm gonna take it over and put it where it's gonna go on the truck. So this thing's gonna end up right up front here. You got that? Then we have our steering assembly, and this one has a steering stabilizer because it's a little bit of an upgraded kit. Not every kit's gonna come with that. And then it's got a steering assembly. So this whole chunk is gonna go up inside of here. So it's gonna go, we're basically above that cross member. You can't see that, but the factory steering is up there, and this is what you need in order to drop that steering down. Almost every part you're gonna see has about this much drop, because if you think about it, this is the front cross member that's gonna lower your lower control arms. So this is the distance. This was where they used to be bolted in. This is where they'll be bolted in now. You cannot measure that and say, oh, I've got a 4 3/4 inch strut or lift kit. That's not how it works. This plus the angles is what creates a 6-inch lift. So you can't just start measuring components and acting like you know what you're talking about. I've seen people do it on the gram, and it doesn't make any sense. Next, we have the front cross member. I'm screwing up all my things here. So I have the front cross member. This is our steering assembly. This bad boy, you're gonna remove the cross member that's in there now. You're gonna put this one in, and what this is gonna do is this is gonna bolt in there where your lower control arm used to bolt in, and it's gonna bolt the lower control arm here. What it's doing essentially is dropping that entire suspension. So it's dropping those lower control arms. And that's the piece that's going to do that. You have some small components like this, which are going to be extensions for your brake line brackets. That's just the little stuff, brake line brackets. And then you have these guys. I'll show you these next. These are going to be your upper control arm. So this is your upper control arm. This is your lower control arm. Upper ball joint, lower ball joint. This piece is going in there. I have no idea which way. Probably like this. If I even have the right side. But this will go in there and it's going to bolt in here. You're going to cut out this droop stop and that's going to drop that upper control arm. Because remember, the cross member I just showed you dropped the front of this. Now that one I just showed you is dropping front and back. Now the next step is you've got to drop the rear of that. And that's where your rear cross member comes in. So this big sumbitch is going to go in there. And again, here's your old holes. And then this is going to be the new ones where your lower control arm is going to bolt in. And remember, this is a quick 101 on the parts. You are not going to be able to follow this video and install a kit. They all come with detailed instructions from the manufacturer that walk you through exactly how to do it. What people have asked me is, can you give me a rough idea of what everything does? And that's what we're going to do. So this skid plate would go underneath that front diff. These two guys are going to drop that front diff. You'll see everything is basically dropping that distance. And what that does is it's pushing that whole suspension down, which pushes that truck up into the air. Skid plate. This truck is a torsion bar system. So if you don't know anything about that, we've covered it in previous videos. But what it does is it uses these torsion bars which run from your lower control arm back. And when you twist those, it creates your angle and moves your truck up and down. So that's where you get your suspension from, is these torsion bars. With a torsion bar system, it's going to have shocks in the front and shocks in the back. So this comes with the replacement front shocks for the front, which will go right in here on your shock towers. Because remember, this knuckle is going to reconnect to the ball joint. So that gets us to here, cross member. This particular kit came with some kicker bars. Those are just going to be an added support for this rear cross member so you don't get any kind of twisting up front. These types of things can sometimes be optional. They have more of a heavy duty kit that has these, and then they have kits that don't have these. This is going to be your diff spacer. So this guy, you're actually dropping this cross member here for your, let me make sure I'm saying that right. Here already has it out, doesn't it? Here. So this is where your torsion bars come through and your keys. You're basically dropping that, and then these are going to be the braces or the spacers. And now your torsion bars, instead of going over the top of this cross member, now they're going to come underneath it. So you got the spacer, you got your cross member, and your torsion bars now drop. And that's why a lot of times when you look at these lift kits, once they're in there, you can suddenly see those torsion bars. And a lot of guys will paint them up because otherwise you've got those big ugly torsion bars all rusted up, hanging down below, visible now. I think that shows you the whole front. So we're basically to here on the truck now. You've dropped that whole front end. So let's do a quick review. Skid plates. You've got your front and rear cross members, which are dropping your lower control arms. You've got your upper control arm drop. Let me show you those. Upper control arm drop brackets. And then you get your rear cross member. These guys are helping drop your actual differential. So those are the drop diff brackets. You have your front shocks, your kicker bars, which may or not be included. And this is going to be your torsion bar drop. So this goes on that very rear, the torsion bar cross member. And that drops the whole front of the truck, which creates the 6-inch lift. So from there it gets way easier. The rear is much more of a simple animal. So the rear of the truck, you basically have your extended shocks. So now instead of having the factory size shocks, you have the ones that are extended. Sometimes there will be kits that won't have this and they'll just have a shock extension. I prefer to always replace the shocks. Then you have your block. So you've taken out the factory block, whatever size that was, and now this new larger block is going to go in there, and that's what's going to give you more height. Sometimes this block and these U-bolts will be the entire lift for the rear. This particular kit, he did the upgrade and did an add-a-leaf. And so when you do the add-a-leaf, you're adding another leaf in there, which gives you another 2 inches. So when this one's all said and done, this one is actually going to have a 2-inch rake still. So the rear of the truck will be 2 inches up because he did the add-a-leaf system. So that is how simple the rear is. So like I said, you have your rear shocks, your rear blocks and U-bolts, and then this one he did an add-a-leaf. That's super common. Sometimes they'll replace that whole leaf pack. It really depends on the kit. Sometimes I'm not gonna get into all the other ones, we'll stick with this one. I think that's everything. Next up, we are going to build this thing and then we'll come back and we'll show it to you again. Junior, is there anything else you would want to know? Because basically, you know, your axle's just hanging here and you're just going to create more space than what it had from the factory, which pushes that axle down and pushes that truck up into the air. So hopefully that helps. We will throw all these parts in and then we will come back and I'll take these same exact tags and we'll basically put them next to the truck throughout so that you guys can get used to it. If there's parts we didn't hit on this one, let us know. Definitely put it in the comments. And then when we bring back the newer vehicle with the newer style kit, we can actually touch on those specific parts. Now I want to be careful. I don't want you to look at these parts and say, well man, there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2 dozen parts here. I can just throw this lift kit in myself. We have to mention there are bags and 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 bags of hardware. So this is not throw a couple parts on my truck and it's going to be lifted. It's going to be badass. We're going to the meet, heading over to the Walmart. It's going to be sweet. This is something, in our opinion, that a professional should do. So don't take this video and go, shit, that's easy. I'm doing it tomorrow. Okay, that's that, you guys. So basically we have lift kits 401 again. The more you know, the more you know. We already went through the parts name and location. Now it's time to show you what that stuff looks like on the truck. So I got my fancy flashcards from when we had them laying on the table. Now I'll just kind of show you where it ended up on the truck so you can kind of get the feel and the idea of what these 6-inch lift kits end up doing. So the first one we had was that skid plate. So as you can see, this is that front skid plate right on the front of the truck. Then we have that steering assembly. So I don't know if Junior's gonna be able to look up inside of there. I think if you look through this corner here, right here, is that steering assembly that basically brings all of that down so that you can then link up to your tie rods and whatnot. The steering stabilizer, that one is for when you have the factory setup. With this drop, that actually doesn't work. So the customer brought that in as an add-on. He'll be able to return that because basically you cannot use it for this setup. The brake line bracket extensions, so these are right here. You can see it just pulled that brake line out and then down so that it was extended. The front cross member, you can see, is right here. So bolted into where the lower control arm used to bolt up. Now that cross member has dropped it, and this is that new front cross member that the skid plate's protecting. Upper control arm drop. So up here, remember, I'll get on the other side of you, Junior. This is our upper control arm. So here's where they used to bolt in, and this drop has been put in, moving that thing down. And then also there used to be a droop stop right here, so that's been cut off and thrown into the scrap pile over there. And now there's this new stop that's hanging off of the rear cross member. So you can see that new stop there. Front shocks, pretty obvious. Rear cross member is this guy here. So if you shoot in this angle, Junior, you'll see that rear cross member is now in there. And again, that took this lower control arm from right here, moved it down, and then that's also where our kicker bars are connecting to. And that's what also starts to begin, I don't know if you can get in here, Junior, starts to begin our diff drop. So you can see the diff is now connected to that rear cross member. And there's another skid plate here. So that was our other skid plate, that larger one. And then the drop diff brackets, I don't think you're going to be able to see those. Those are way up inside of here. And they're basically connected to the top of the brackets coming off that front diff. Torsion bars. So remember, these are your torsion bars. This is what sets your ride height. It's basically your suspension. And these are the drop brackets that basically take this cross member down that distance. So you can see that's the pushing that one down. Kicker braces. This is kind of a special option for this vehicle. So you can see those go up to that rear cross member and then just bolt in. So that kind of holds that whole front end from being able to shift back. And then we go to the rear of the truck. So you have your rear shocks replaced with an extended shock so that it has that extra travel for the 6-inch. And then here's your rear blocks that you saw laying on the table, and the U-bolts. New U-bolts holding that in there. And as far as the add-a-leaf, we didn't add that because this is a heavy half-ton, so it already has the larger leaf pack in the rear. If we were to put that in, it would really rake that vehicle another 2 inches, and the customer actually wanted it level, so we left out that rear leaf pack once we got back here and saw that it's already got the heavy-duty rear leaf packs. The more you know, the more you know. You guys keep asking questions. Like I said, Junior, again, give them props for who asked about this one, because as you guys ask us what you want to know, we'll either share what we already know or go learn what you're asking, and we'll keep bringing it to you for wheel fitment, keep bringing it to you for suspension. But that is what a 6-inch lift looks like once it's installed. The next one we'll do will be that new body style Chevy Silverado 600 6-inch, and then we'll try to also do the Ford F-150 6-inch that we can show you that one. And then we also might get into some of the BDS kits and some of that and show you those components with coilovers and some of the beefier stuff, traction bars and whatnot. So stay subscribed, make sure you're sharing the video so that your friends can gather this knowledge, because it's all free anyways. Peace.